Jerome Kern and the Princess. An affectionate look over the shoulder back to the innocent days of the Princess Theater shows. With Danny Meehan.
What's the name of that melody? Something mighty sweet about it, something hard to beat about it.
Susan Watson.
What's the name of that melody? What a pity not to know the name of such a pretty ditty.
Barbara Lang and Patte Finley.
It always seems to interrupt you when you're walking.
Johnny Harmon.
It seems to lift you from your feet and stop you walking.
Jack Blackton.
When those cellos and fiddles start in to fiddle that middle part.
And the Princess Theater Girls.
Up here, slide here, disappear, as if by magic.
In 1915, spectacle was the king of the Broadway musical theater.
At the New Amsterdam on 42nd Street, Mr. Ziegfeld's latest extravaganza was glorifying the American girl.
And at the Hippodrome, hundreds of bespangled chorus girls walked into a huge swimming pool and were never seen again.
But at the tiny Princess Theater on 39th Street, just off 6th Avenue,
The clever and slightly broke management decided that it was high time that Broadway shows came down to a more human level.
And so, with very little money, that's all they had. They produced a series of vest pocket musicals with few sets, a small orchestra, and a small cast.
To fit the tiny stage.
And to fit the tiny budget, they hired a bright new composer to do the score. And that's how Jerome Kern met the princess.
The world goes around to the sound of the syncopated melody. Come on, take a chance and we'll dance to the syncopated melody. Beware, have a care when you're doing it. Keep moving, or you're ruining it. Just know, you'll know we'll show you all the late improvements in those syncopated movements. Start kind of slow till you know how to throw your shoulders in the air. Slide and you fly around the room in an attitude of I don't care. You dance and you sway and you think and you talk to it. You work and you play and you drink and you walk to it. You can't get away.
You can't get away.
You can't get away.
You can't get away.
You can't get away from the magic melody.
Registered, I'm gonna vote. My primary motive is that of a voter who feels, and I quote,
my vote is a treasure that can't be replaced. This is one vote that will not go to waste.
I'm registered, 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 registered.
I'm gonna vote.
I've signed in the register, I'm in the register.
I'm gonna vote.
I can't help rejoicing, resoundingly voicing it.
I'm gonna vote. Each time I remember what liberty cost, I say here's one voice that will not be lost.
I'm registered, 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 registered.
I'm gonna vote.
Jerome Kern's first magic melodies were heard at the Princess Theater in Nobody Home, book by Guy Bolton. Then they wrote Very Good Eddie for the Princess. One of the hit songs was about two people who are up a creek, so to speak, without a paddle.
Little lady, don't be depressed and blue. After all, we're both in the same canoe. Have no fear, can't you see I'm here until our journey is through. Little lady, I will take care of you.
Give me
Your hand here where we stand. We're off to slumberland.
I'll cry my eyes, please say goodbye. My godfather, mother, brother.
Moonlight is bright, kiss should.
I'll put on my little hood.
And we'll both be oh so good, like the babes in the wood.
The next princess show was Oh Boy, and among its characters was this young Lothario. Beautiful girls are so scarce, I have found. There never seems half enough to go round. I've often wished that in gardens they grew, warmed by the sunshine and wet by the dew. If I'd a garden where girlies would grow, you'd find me there with my rake and my hoe. My little garden I never would leave. I'd work from daybreak until the eve. Daytime and night I would cheerfully toil. I'd kill the blight and encourage the soil. And when at last I had cleared it of weeds, I'd go and buy me a package of seeds. Primrose and myrtle and lilies I see. They'd be there growing for no one but me. Delightful creatures, a garden of girls with fairest features and lovely curls. All round my garden in rapture I'd roam. I'd stay all day there and never go home. I can't imagine what more a man needs than lots of ground and a package of seeds.
P.G. Wodehouse joined Bolton and Kern to write the lyrics for Oh Boy. And for years, this trio, Bolton, Wodehouse, and Kern, dominated the Broadway musical scene. One New York critic enthusiastically wrote,
This is the trio of musical fame, Bolton and Wodehouse and Kern. Better than anyone else you can name, Bolton and Wodehouse and Kern.
Oh Boy was such a long-run hit at the Princess that the next show the trio wrote had to play another theater.
But they used the same intimate formula of the Princess shows, and they called it Leave It to Jane. The score included several songs about characters from the past.
The days of chivalry are dead, of which in stories we have read. When knights were bold and acted kind of scrappy.
The guys would take a lot of pain and fight all day to please the Jane. And if the dame was tickled, they was happy.
But now the men are mild and meek. They seem to have a yellow streak. They never lay for other gents so flat enough.
We think we've done a darn fine thing if we just buy a girl a ring
Of imitation diamonds and platinum.
It makes me sort of sad to read about Sir Galahad, Sir Lancelot, and all of them today. To amuse the girl at armor, they would get into their armor and run into the fray. They called her Lady Love. They used to wear her little glove, and everything the girl said was for them was the days when a lady was a lady and a gent was a perfect gent.
In the days of the night,
a gent who was the perfect. You think I'd look good in a doublet and tights? A gent who was the perfect. Gent. Ships come sailing home across the sea. Their weary journey ended, their way they wended home where they glide across the bar where snowstorms are, all dangers past. And two by two together come sailing home at last. Yes, all the little ships come sailing home across the sea. Yes, all the little ships come sailing home.
From sailing home in 1918, Old Lady Lady. The last show Bolton, Wodehouse, and Kern wrote for the Princess.
There was one other song dropped from Old Lady Lady during the tryout in Wilmington.
3 years later, Marilyn Miller tried the same song in the out-of-town tryout of Sally.
Dropped again.
Finally, in 1927, it became a hit in Showboat, as it might have been in Old Lady Lady.
You'll recognize it.
I used to dream that I would discover the perfect lover someday. I knew I'd recognize him if ever he came round my way. I always used to fancy that he'd be one of the godlike kind of men, with a giant brain and a noble head, like the heroes bold in the books I read. Then along came Bill, who's not the type at all. You'd meet him on the street and never notice him. His form and face, his manly grace, is not the kind that you would find in a statue, and I can't explain. It's surely not his brain that makes me thrill. I love him because I don't know, because he's just my Bill.
Just a drop in the basket helps keep New York clean.
In addition to Jerome Kern's beguiling tunes, the Princess shows had a plot. A lot of plot, but always about average, attractive people and average, recognizable situations. In the first place, there was the boy and the girl. And he's naive and she's naive, and that's what causes the plot to twist and turn. They're usually just married or about to get married, so naturally they're billing and cooing. Or cooing and billing.
We were children once long ago, dear you and I.
At the start, our lives lay apart as lives will lie.
Up I grew and I
about you, dear, and you never knew about me. Life might have been heaven if I, at age 7, had but met you when you were 3.
We'd have made mud pies like affinity. We'd have known what rapture may be. I'd have let you be my rabbit till the thing became a habit, dear.
But I never knew about you.
Ah, what might have been.
And you never knew about me.
Then there's the boy's pal, a gay young blade. Quite a man with a lady. That's me.
But as sure as you're born, he meets some girl, like me, who takes all of his attention. And finally, his bachelorhood.
Ow! Ah! Aren't you the attractive young actress appearing in the new novelty play at the Lyceum and spending the weekend with the Van Rensselaers?
Why, yes. I came for the croquet match, and I fear I lost my aim.
And I fear I lost my heart. At the Princess, we always fall in love at first sight. Will you marry me?
Oh, but what about all of those others?
So long, dear Ophelia, and goodbye to little Delia. Bye-bye, Hilda and Matilda. Fare thee well, my sweet Marie. Ta-ta, pretty Polly. I shall long for you, my Molly. I'm missing lots of kissing, but the toddle of the island wedding bells are calling me.
Tell me, am I really the only one you've ever truly loved?
Prepare yourself to hear the worst. I'm sorry, but you're not the first. My heart to claim, I own with shame. I'm thankful that I have confessed. My conscience now will be at rest. You may forgive me and love me just the same. To force myself to say so, I've had an awful tussle. But still the fact I can't conceal, I once loved Lillian Russell. But that was before I met you, dearie dear. That was before I met you. Her image I've banished, all passion has vanished. I think you're a million times sweeter than Lillian. Don't scold me, you told me to tell you the truth. Just count it as one of the follies of youth. I thought her a queen when I was 14. But that was before I met you.
I, too, have a confession to make. For in years gone by, dear, I was quite smitten with John Drew. But that was before I met you, dearie dear. That was before I met you. I thought him divine, but then I was 9.
And that was before I met you. Before the first act ends, there was usually a misunderstanding between the boy and the girl. Well, with this misunderstanding, we go to the second act, which usually takes place in the boy's flat. There's a party going on, given by the boy's pal, naturally, and the act begins with a song like this Hawaiian number from Very Good Eddie. It has nothing to do with the plot, but Hawaiian numbers were very big at that time.
On the shore at Lillewee, hear the music of the sea, sang
not like mine will last.
Till the stars shining in the distance, places far above the sea. This is the wind place that brings you down the shore happy may be.
And so we bid goodbye to beautiful Lele Wee and get on with the plot. Now, behind one of these doors, there's a girl wearing blue pajamas. Now, she's there for a perfectly innocent reason, mind you. There was never any French hanky-panky in a princess show. So now, the girl arrives to make up with the boy. Gets straightened out in the end. Must you know how? Well, anyway, everybody ends up marrying everybody else.
Isn't it great to be happily married to the one you love? Isn't it great to be somebody's popsy-wopsy turtle dove? Hi-ho, ho, it's the ride of the heavenly night and of the stars and moonlight sea-fun. Living alone in a home of our own, you have it enough for, have it enough for, have it enough for.
This man loved the water. In fact, he had a lake.
Blue, beautiful, and clean.
But one day he discovered the water had suddenly become polluted, he said. His beautiful lake was an ugly mess, so he paddled upstream and discovered that some of our rivers have become garbage cans for cities, wastebaskets for factories, catch basins for laundry suds, sump holes for acids from old mines.
Somebody ought to do something, he said. Build waste treatment plants.
The work has already begun, planning and building. Every state has a program now underway.
Would you like to help?
To find out how, write Clean Water, Washington, D.C. Write Clean Water.
Nobody ever left the Princess Theater show unhappy. When the curtain came down, the audience walked out of the theater feeling gay and optimistic and, no doubt, humming one of Jerome Kern's cheerful tunes.
Oh, be joyful, cheerful, and serene. If your father falls and busts his beam, don't be downcast, don't be sad.
Just be thankful you're not dead.
As to catch the duck, you hurry.
Keep on
Shouting, I should worry. If you try, you'll find that you can grieve.
other people's problems with a smile.
Cheer up, that's the only way. Make each day Thanksgiving Day. Be optimistic, be all the while.
This broadcast was pre-recorded.